Today, I got to see how clotted cream is made for exporting. But first, our day started with tea and scones in our hotel room. I love how our hotel room here had a kettle and a teapot with tea and absolutely no coffee to be seen. That's perfect for a tea girly like me. These goodies were purchased last night at Waitrose. If you watched that video on the first half of my scone, I'm going to put the Rhoda's clotted cream. It had a nice crust, which we're not used to seeing with our imported clotted cream in Canada. And we also chose the Dutchy Organic Orange Marmalade, which I found quite bitter, but my mom loved it, so I made her half of a scone too. On the second half of my scone, I really wanted to try this scone butter on it because yesterday at the store, the employee and I had a full-on conversation about why they would name the butter different names, whether this is for scones or cookies or brownies. I'm sure it's all the same butter, but I had to know, so I decided to get the one that said scones. So I had to try it on my scone this morning. Off we go. This scone butter did not taste any better than any other butter would have tasted on the scone, and definitely didn't taste any better on the scone than it did on the baguette last night. I then made myself a ham and cheese scone-wich in case I got the nibblies later in the day. Then we were off to Melksham in Wiltshire to Coombe Castle, the home of where clotted cream is made for exporting to Canada and all around the world, for a tour. This was obviously arranged in advance between myself and the marketing team for the Devon Cream Company. It will likely be one of the highlights of this trip, so I am sure that I will make a full video about all that I can share with you about my experience here. We even got to see some of the pallets that were shipping off to Canada via Calgary. Pretty cool. I learned so much, and I will share some of it with you in a future video. Now, it's time for afternoon tea, wouldn't you say? Our drive was 30 minutes over to Bath, and we had afternoon tea at the Royal Crescent. How bougie. There were 4 of us indulging in afternoon tea here, but this is a tier for 2 people. It was really lovely. My favorite bite was the Bath bun. You can see it there at the top beside the scone. The internet and the server said that people generally eat it with clotted cream, and sometimes they add jam too. We actually asked for butter and had it with butter. I really liked this item. I love sugar and I love sweets, and this item really hit the mark for me and was really unique. Overall, this afternoon tea was excellent. I'll have to ask my mom and our 2 new tea friends what they thought before I make the full video about this one when I get home. We checked into our inn in Workingham because it's halfway to our next destination. We walked around the grounds and freshened up, and then we hit a local pub for some victuals before turning in for the night to sleep. And to make this TikTok, we hit the Ship Inn for some pub grub. We both ordered the pie of the day, which came with mashed potatoes and peas and cooked cabbage. I added butter, obviously. We reminisced about our day and talked about our plans for tomorrow. Not sure how we're going to top this day, though. See you tomorrow, tea friends. Night-night.